Hey guys, Kevin here. um, I wanted to share a story, my story, about occipital neuralgia. Anybody who has this knows it is probably the worst thing you've ever felt in your life. I want to put my video out there because when I first started having symptoms, I couldn't find anything online that helped me. Alright, it began September of last year, which has been about 9 months ago. I was at a different job. My boss had worked me real hard for about 2 days. I mean, lifting, bending, non-stop, all day long. At the end of the second day, I went home, took a nap. When I woke up from the nap, I was a little dizzy, disoriented, didn't think too much of it. The next morning, I woke up at about 3 a.m. My vision was distorted. I had pain behind my eyes, up the back of my head, and I was dizzy. I mean, I couldn't stand. Every time I did, it felt like I was going to pass out. I ended up losing my job because of it. Couldn't go back to work. It seemed like it was about a month or two, well, about a month. It was constant all the time, feeling terrible, being couch-ridden. About a month after it all started, it felt like my neck needed popped really bad, but I couldn't manipulate it to get it to do what it needed to do. So what I did was I went out in my garage. I took a toe strap and I wrapped it around the rafters, wrapped it around the top of my head, and sank down, basically performing traction on myself. Now that was the first sign of relief that I had. Some of the pain went away, not all of it, but enough to, you know. Now, even after that, it felt like someone was constantly squeezing my brainstem. I had pain behind the eyes, up the back of the head. My vision changed all the time. I was always off balance, off kilter. The worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. Now, from September of last year till now, till I'd say a month ago, I went through thousands of dollars and 3 or 4 doctors to figure out what was wrong with me, and every time they said they figured out what was wrong with me or diagnosed me, it sounded like bullshit because they never offered any real treatments or options. It was, it's this, it'll go away, which it got a little better every day from September to about a month ago. And that's good. I mean, a little bit each day. But there was still something wrong. I ended up getting referred to a neurologist who diagnosed me with occipital neuralgia. So I went home, did research on it, and it made complete sense. Now, what he was wanting to do was he was wanting to inject nerve blockers in the back of my skull. That didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Treating a symptom is not the answer, or it wasn't for me anyways, because I knew even though the pain in the back of my head and maybe behind my eyes would be gone, I would still have the off balance, lose myself in my space kind of feeling, and that's one of the worst parts about it. So I did a little bit of research, and if you remember right, I said it felt like my neck maybe popped real bad. So I got to looking into that and found out that obviously occipital neuralgia is a pinched nerve in your neck, but it wasn't explaining all the symptoms I was having, because I was having numbness in my fingers and my toes. My whole body was not numb, but more numb than it usually was. So about a month ago, what I did, I laid down on the couch. I put a pillow under my chin for resistance, and I was face down. And I had my 9-year-old daughter take her fists, put it at the back of my skull, and push up. Now what that did for me is I had a searing pain in between my skull and my upper neck. But after that, the pain was gone. The feeling of a constant squeeze on my brainstem was gone. The pain behind my eyes was gone. The pain up the back of my head was gone. And my dizziness almost immediately was 99% better. Now, I still felt like there was something wrong. I still had limited mobility and all that stuff. So I ended up going to the chiropractor. Now, the first time he adjusted me, he adjusted my neck. It cracked real hard both ways. The first time he did it, I got a little more dizzy than what I, was. I was 90-some% better, and then it felt like it took me back a little bit. And I told him that. He said it was normal due to the fact that we're trying to get everything back in line, and it's going to throw me off. So I was like, okay. So I went back to the chiropractor. It's been 3 or 4 days ago now, and he adjusted my neck for the second time. Now, this time, he cracked it one way, and it cracked real hard. He cracked it the other way, and I immediately felt I don't want to say a rush of pain, but a feeling rush to my fingertips and my toes. And I feel so much better. I still have dizziness maybe, I don't know, once or twice a night, but it's not like, oh, I need to sit down dizziness. It's just a little woo, just a little wobble, which is so much better than, having occipital neuralgia when I first got it, or when I first figured it out. I'm able to work now. My anxiety, I had real bad anxiety with this. I'm to the point where I had to go to the hospital. But the anxiety feels like it's gone. The social anxiety is gone. I'm happier. I feel better. I am in no place to give medical advice. That's not what I'm doing here. What I want to do is share my story. That way it might help 1 or 2 people that watch this video. Because I know there's many things in the body that can happen to cause the same symptoms. But there's somebody out there who is frantically trying to figure out what's wrong with them, and they might just have the same issues I do. And maybe this video can help them to explore other options besides going to doctor after doctor after doctor and getting no answers. I hope this video helps somebody. Have a good one, guys.